People don't tell their stories. I'm telling you,
Yes.
there
Yeah.
are lots
And
of people always want to, and we live here. We have people who we have honest conversations with. We deal with students a lot. People come to us also because well, the level of sometimes the trust and they confide in us, and we know what people go through.
honestly, Kojo, when it comes to immigration, you are right. That's one of the areas people don't talk about. The
No, they
bad
don't.
experiences. Nobody talk about the bad experiences
Yeah,
because
because it will be like, oh, you are being negative.
you
No,
are
but
being negative and also you are failing. Like we don't want
exactly.
our families back home to know that we are struggling, we are failing. We don't want them to. So when they see you in a good picture on Facebook,
Thank you.
nothing has changed.
Thank you. So I think you bring a good time. I have a reputation for that, and a lot of people will send me messages. Kojo Bo life will abuche. So when I am talking to somebody about the system is difficult, then someone will tell me, "Ah, but that is not what we see."
Yeah.
And then that's why I say that is that. So that is a misconception, and I tell people, listen, if it was until I came to the United States that people will now bring my attention to the thing that I'm wearing as designers. When I
Yeah.
didn't even care when I was buying
Yeah.
things. Somebody would just
Yeah.
look at my clothing and tell me, oh, you got this designer on. You got. I had one professor who used to even tease me with that. Oh, Victor, we had this designer. I said, I just laugh and I'm like,
Yeah. I just love it and I bought it. I didn't know.
yeah, I just because they look good. So I tell them, I say, in the United States, those things that in our country were used as a measure status symbol of good living or whatever, they are
Mhm.
nothing.
Yeah. They are
If I
nothing.
wear a
Yeah.
Nike here and I wear a Champion here or
It's
Tommy
nothing.
Hilfiger, there are thrift store I can even go and pick quality one
Yeah.
and wear. Ubekuechi, Semiton
Mm.
Macy's, I didn't buy from.
Yeah.
You choose to go to expensive shops to buy things if you want to. The same
Yeah.
things, expensive shops because of their reputation, you can still even
I
get some
remember I got a very good Italian shoe at Goodwill, and I
good
don't
wear.
know how I got it, and it was so cheap. Like,
I wear these goodwill things like the picture, I look solid in it. You
yeah,
already calculated because you
and
have
you look solid, Kojo. You look solid because of the background.
the background, the
That
environment.
picture, yes, and the environment,
It
right?
doesn't
Sometimes,
determine funding. It doesn't determine health
yes,
insurance.
how yes, health insurance, your
So,
money,
so
your rent, your
I have a lot of money. That's why I'm able to buy this design because in Ghana you must have a lot of money to wear a Nike. It is not so
yeah,
here. So that's what I tell them. If you measure me through that, if I am driving a car in the United States, it is not a measure symbol of money. As you may have to get a lot of money before you can drive in the United States. If I'm using an iPhone 15 or 16, it is not the processes that you need to go through in Ghana to get that. That is not what I went through to get it.
yes,
So do not
yeah,
look at me using these things,
yeah,
these material things, and use that to like I want to come because look, he just went yesterday and he
and
has an
his iPhone,
he
yeah,
just got here. He's using an iPhone 15. He went to Verizon. Verizon gave it to him for free. They say stay on our plan and pay.
yeah,
So he hasn't paid anything. He just came here. So if you
yeah.
see the 3 cameras or whatever, and you say, "Oh, yeah,
When your iPhone,
no." And sometimes he will not come. Kojo will not come and tell you the amount of money I am paying monthly for my iPhone that I use.
yeah.
He will
That's why I'm saying that most of the things people don't talk.
for free.
People don't talk about immigration, like
If
what they are going through.
if people are driving cars here, they are not telling you the amount of money they are paying, not for insurance, but every monthly because there are some of the cars you can't carry $30,000 and say I'm buying car here straight.
Yeah,
IRS will even start investigating. There are some cars people are driving here. They pay every month. They pay some amount.
yeah,
They
yeah.
are
Some
paying
go for
insurance.
lease. I know one of my
Lease.
friends who is on lease. Every year he
Any
goes and
car
take the
comes, you
car,
go and
and
lease it.
yes, he go
So
and lease it.
if and they don't tell you these things for you to know, oh, okay, so I mean these things can come at the fingertip, not necessarily because you have money to get it. So if
Yes,
your assumption is because Kojo looks good in this or driving, so you've seen him driving this and he just went, and so let me tell you, if you don't have funding, you have no funding, and you have come here, you are not even looking for money to even go and pay your school fees. Where do you even get the money to go and say you are even going to buy the cars or the so-called thing that you are? So my point is that measure is the mistake that people way back home do. They just look on the face value and then they conclude So sometimes when you are telling them the story, and I don't also blame them, sometimes our own people also sometimes create that impression just to also let them think and assume that it is all because there are some people who have gone through a lot before. So when they come in, they also have to prove a case
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make them know that maybe I was approaching this
I've
girl.
arrived. Yeah.
I'm approaching this girl way back home who was doing shakara to me, and then my bad rich Shika also who say yes, and also.
Yeah.
So sometimes people have their own reasons why. But my point is, those that there are reasons behind that. It is not just as it is as you see. It's not something that easily comes in, and it. If you look at it from that aspect, you may not.
Yeah. So